teen accidentally solved an old mystery when he went diving with his GoPro camera. Max Werenka and his family spent their time at a small but popular holiday park called Griffin Lake Cabins, which was owned by Max's family. However, in the summer of 2019, Max and his family came face to face with a decades-old mystery. The 13-year-old teenager regularly carried his GoPro with him when he wandered the popular holiday resort. On this particular day, he was chatting to another family staying at the lake when they spotted an unusual shadowy figure under the surface of the water. Max pushed his paddleboard closer to the mysterious object and jumped into the lake to begin his investigation. Upon reaching the spot in question, he shockingly discovered that the mysterious glistening object was in fact a car. The teenager's discovery sparked a lot of questions and concerns for the residents of the holiday park. The teenager and his family began to do some research in order to find answers as why a car was submerged beneath a lake in this quiet corner of Canada. Werenka and his family did an internet search. Interestingly, they learned of an accident 10 years before, where a car had crashed into the lake, during which 4 people were rescued. The family were satisfied they had an explanation for the sunken car, and assumed the vehicle was related to the accident back in 2009. The day after, an off-duty police officer and his family visited the resort. Max's mother, Nancy, was chatting with the officer when she mentioned how it was strange that the car was never retrieved from the water, but the police officer was sure that the car from the 2009 accident, in fact, had been removed from the lake. On August 21, 2019, a team of officers showed up to the lake to carry out an investigation into the mysterious vehicle lying beneath the water. 13-year-old Werenka played a key role in the investigation, with his first-hand account of what he saw, but also with the evidence he provided from his GoPro. Max and the officers took a boat out to the vehicle in question. However, the water conditions were murky, which made it difficult for the officers to inspect the car from the surface of the lake. Determined to get answers and evidence, the teenager helped the officers gather clues by diving into the water with his GoPro, capturing clear footage of the car. The video footage showed a car covered in a thick coat of mud and vegetation. Marine life had even begun growing inside the car, so it was obvious that the vehicle had been submerged in the water for quite some time. So, how did it end up at the bottom of the lake? 3 days after, investigators began their search for answers and brought in experienced divers to take a closer look at the car. What they would discover would shock the residents of Griffin Lake Cabins and reopen an unsolved case after almost 30 years. They first took note of its registration plate, which provided major evidence for the case, and linked the vehicle to a 27-year-old missing persons case. Apparently, the car was registered to Janet Ferris, a 69-year-old woman who was reported missing by her family back in 1992. Ferris' case had surprisingly never been solved, and her family were left in limbo about her disappearance for almost 30 years. Tragically, the mystery behind the missing woman's case was solved, as investigators found the remains of a body inside the car. After a forensic examination, the evidence proved that the body belonged to Janet Ferris. According to Ferris' family, Janet had been traveling alone across the country, from Vancouver Island to Alberta to attend a wedding, when she disappeared. However, with the lack of cell phones and instant communication that we have available to us today, it was a while before Janet's family realized that something was wrong. According to the authorities, Ferris may have swerved on the country roads to avoid an animal which caused her to veer into the water, unable to escape. Werenka can now call himself a leading figure in the solving of this mysterious old case. As a result of his courage and impressive camera skills, the teenager earned the respect of the authorities and even landed himself a job offer for the future with the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police.